Hi everyone, Amy here, and today I'm going to make a grad card batch using some new stencils from the May release at 𝐬𝐿𝐺𝐵 Life Designs. I have 2 with silhouettes of graduates and 2 which will make fun backgrounds. And I'm going to show you the finished cards here in just a moment to show you where we're headed. But these really worked so beautifully together. It's really easy to mix and match and create all different looks. So if you need to create graduation cards this year, then definitely check out this release. Now, I did cut some lightweight, light gray cardstock down with that cool wonky stitched edge rectangle die. And I'm going to take this graduate cap stencil and just kind of kick it at a little bit of a diagonal just to add some interest into the background. Now, I'm using my blending brushes from the Rabbit Hole Designs because I want just really subtle residual ink. Now, I'm choosing green on both of these just because these are likely the color I'm going to need for the graduates that I will probably be attending open houses for this year. But obviously you can customize these to whatever school colors your student has. Here I have the Boy Congrats stencil, and I'm going to use the opening part of the stencil of the silhouette on this card, but I'm going to show you a different variation on the next card, so stay tuned for that. Now I have this spruce color, which is a nice true dark green. I start off using the blending brushes from Rabbit Hole, but then I decided to grab my 𝗷𝐸𝐺 ones because I feel like they just lay down a deeper saturation and color with the way that they blend. Now be careful with this. Either use pixie spray or just don't come at it like a lumberjack like me, and then you won't get all up under the stencil. It's not super fiddly or anything, but I just tend to be a little rough and move too quickly. So if you move slowly and deliberately and maybe kind of hold it down, then you can absolutely use it without pixie spray. But if you're worried about it, you can always use a temporary adhesive like pixie spray and hold the stencil down. And I did have a little bit of a mistake, but when I do that, when I know that I get up under it, what I'll do is I'll just go back over really dark with the ink to create even more of a contrast, and then it kind of masks off my mistake. Now in this one, I'm going to use the masking portion instead. Initially, I was thinking I was going to use mint tape, but I thought, nah, that's not going to work. So I did put pixie spray on the back of her, and I'm using my brayer to press this down on the next panel. Now I'm doing some ink blending around her. So what it will do is effectively mask off her silhouette and then create that cool green shadow behind her. So you can imagine how many different ways you can use this. I absolutely love that Mary Kay offers the masking portion on stencils like this because the versatility is just so awesome. Now I have this graduation party stencil. This is a fun kind of mix of balloons and graduation caps. And again, I'm using the same color green, just going kind of like a vignette around the outside, trying to leave a little bit of the gray kind of more towards the center of the panel. And you'll see what I mean when I pull all of this back. So I'm going to pull this back. It'll reveal this design, and then I'm going to lift up carefully the silhouette, and then it will just be pure gray on the center here. Now my pixie spray is a little bit chunky. If that happens to you, make sure it's completely dry, and then use your adhesive eraser, and you can kind of just brush that over and get rid of any little residual chunks of temporary glue that will be left on your panel. So it doesn't always happen, but I do notice that after a while, sometimes the cans can get a little bit chunky when they spray. So I am going to attach those to US A2 size card bases. That's 120 pound accent opaque, and it will have a little bit of a white border, which I'm okay with because the school colors are actually green and white. So it works out well. Now I'm flipping through my sentiment binder to figure out how I want to finish this. I know I do have a grad die. It's from CZ Designs. That's what I'm kind of going for. And I also have this cool Proud of You strip die, which is from 𝗷𝐸𝐺. So thankfully I have those cut in the same kind of matte gold cardstock. So I'm going to use that for one. And then I'll use this grad with the black shadow layer for the other card, and then I will just finish it off with some other sentiment strips. So you could do congratulations, you could use the congrats that's already on the actual stencil, which is awesome when she does that. She gives you kind of a built-in sentiment, but I'm just using some liquid glue and I'm just pouncing it on with a little makeup applicator foam just so I don't get too much oozage, and I'm just going to put a block on there just to let it sit. Now I do have a white gel pen. I'm going to add a couple little highlights. This is an optional step. It just adds a little bit of interest and dimension onto the card if I can ever get it working. Sometimes I run it along my skin and then it will kind of activate the white gel pen, but honestly it doesn't matter what brand, they all tend to kind of clog up at some point or another. So until someone comes up with a masterful one that does not clog up, you're going to be in that boat kind of no matter what pen. I have some that work for a while great, and then they all end up at some point kind of gunking up and not working the greatest. So same thing, I'm putting highlights on the balloons, and that's going to finish the cards. I didn't do any blingage on this one, but on this female one, I decided to do some black bling and added the Celebrate and You're Amazing with some sentiment strips. So you can also get the card bling at the shop with my coupon, AmyFan10. So if you shop for anything, be sure to use my coupon at checkout and save on your complete order. You can use that for everything in the shop other than the Master Creator bundles. So thanks so much for watching. Check out the rest of the May release, and I'll catch you next time.